Yo, what's going on, guys? Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be recapping. We're going to be recapping day one of free agency for the Houston Rockets. As you probably didn't know this, but today in free agency, the Rockets made two moves. It's one of the first move we made was like it's very quiet. You're not going to see it anywhere because it was signing someone to a two-way contract. It's not that big of a deal. But I actually really did like the signing. But the second signing for the Houston Rockets was a major signing, as the Houston Rockets have signed Fred VanVleet to a 3-year, $133 million deal. But I'm going to go over the first one first, and then I'm going to get over to the big news to Fred VanVleet. Houston Rockets, first thing they did, which this was, the weird thing about this is this was like this move that they made was like before even free agency started, which like the weird thing is like, yes, you're signing someone to a two-way contract, which I don't know if, I'm pretty sure that could happen, before free agency opens up. But the player we signed to a two-way contract, Darius, was already submitted to be a restricted free agent. So this guy was scheduled to be a free agent. But the Rockets signed Darius to a two-way contract. I really like Darius. I really do. He's a good three-point shooter. He was very good for the G League Vipers and his time there. Will probably, again, most likely be with the G League Vipers again this season, more than he is on the Rockets. But he'll be probably one of the two-way contracts with the Rockets this season. Averaged 4 points per game in his 6 games with the Rockets. Looked solid in his 6 games with the Rockets when he got garbage minutes. But he's a solid player, and he did really good at LSU, and did really good with the G League Vipers. I really like him. But enough of Darius Days. And that is not the big signing. The Houston Rockets have signed Fred VanVleet, 2-time All-Star, to a 3-year, $133 million deal. Rockets fans are so upset about this. And Rockets fans, other Rockets fans, man, some of y'all, like, it's like 50 and 50. Some are, like, really smart on this and saying this is a good signing, but some are, like, just being totally stupid, saying this is a bad sign. Oh, we should have signed somebody else. Who else were we going to sign at that guard position? The Rockets needed to bring in a mentor to help lead these young guys. And I just saw a comment on one of my videos earlier that's saying like, oh well, the Rockets should have not signed for VanVleet. We had a ton of guards. Who did we have? I mean, Amen Thompson's great. But honestly, with Amen Thompson's size, I'd like us to use him more at the small forward. I don't mind the Rockets putting Amen Thompson, as the backup point guard off the bench. I don't mind the Rockets using him as the backup point guard off the bench. But if Amen Thompson was going to be a starter, I honestly, and there is a chance where Amen Thompson is still a starter for the Rockets. But what I was hoping for the Rockets is that if Amen Thompson is a starter, that the Rockets would sign a guard, and Amen Thompson would be the starting 3. And then Jalen Green would be the 2. That can happen because Amen Thompson is almost 6'7". So that could happen. And who knows? Maybe the Rockets signed Dylan Brooks out to kind of ruin things, and then Amen Thompson would be the backup point guard. But besides that, who else do we have? We have KPJ. Ime Udoka has hinted that KPJ is going to be coming off the bench. Jalen Green, he's a starting 2, so that's not a point guard. I love Josh Christopher and Ty Washington, but it's I don't know what we'll see from them next season. So, and I know the Rockets overpaid. I know that, but the Rockets had to overpay. And I'm sorry, I hate to say it, we sucked last year. We were the worst team in the NBA. We won 20 games. We were 20-62. Listen, I know there's momentum in Houston. There was momentum before this VanVleet signing with us drafting Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore and hiring Ime Udoka. But, Fred VanVleet to leave a home, and it's not like we overpaid him that much, to be honest. People think we overpaid him like twice of what he's worth. If the Raptors were going to re-sign Fred VanVleet, they would have given VanVleet in the area of $33 to $36 million a year. And that the other thing is that would have been on like a 4 or 5 year deal. So honestly, in my opinion, I think we probably had to pay him extra to sign a more short-term deal. It kind of shows you a little bit too, because like the Rockets wanted to give him a 2-year deal. Why do you think they gave him a 3-year deal instead? Just asking you guys that. Think about that, guys, because we don't know this for sure, but here's my guess. VanVleet said, I don't want to sign a 2-year deal when I can just go re-sign with the Raptors on a 4-year deal for not that much less money. I'm making more money overall. You're offering me more, more money per year, but they're giving me 2 more years. So in that case, honestly, I feel like VanVleet did not want to sign a 2-year deal. We heard the Rockets were prepared to offer a 2-year, $80 million deal. So what happened with that? I think VanVleet said no to signing a 2-year, $80 million deal. So instead, the Rockets signed him to a 3-year deal. So not only did you got the fact that we were horrible last year and you're going to one of the worst teams in the NBA from last season, also you got the fact that he's signing a short-term deal when he could have gotten a 4 or 5-year deal from Toronto or maybe even some other team. San Antonio was in the mix for him as well. He could have gotten a 4 or 5-year deal from a team like San Antonio or Toronto. So, but the Rockets wanted to sign him short-term. So those are a couple of the factors coming in for VanVleet. And not only that, he had a good season this year. Averaged almost 20 points per game and 7 assists per game. He's a 2-time All-Star. He definitely deserved. He didn't deserve. Here's the thing: he definitely didn't deserve $41 million a year. That's for sure. But does VanVleet in the area of deserving around 33 to 37.5, maybe 38 million? Probably not 38 million a year. Probably in the area of 33 to 36, maybe 37 a year. Yes. But did the Rockets have to overpay him a little for a couple reasons? Only 5. Rockets had to overpay him about 3 to 5 million a year extra than what he was worth. Yes, I mean we saw plenty of free agents being overpaid. And the other thing is, look at how much money the Rockets have. The Rockets still have another $25 million to spend in free agency after this signing. They still have another $25 million. That's another big reason. That's a third reason. I honestly feel like maybe VanVleet was maybe potentially asking for more money from the Houston Rockets, taking leverage, knowing they had the money to spend. They had $66.2 million to spend. I think this is another one of my theories. I believe VanVleet, took advantage of the Rockets having the money to spend and asked for more money. That is my theory with that. But I still like the signing anyways. He's gonna work well with the young guys. He's gonna be the mediator of the young guys, and he's gonna work well. He's gonna be the starting point guard, and Jalen's gonna be at the 2. As of right now, I think Amen Thompson's the starting 3, and then Jabari's at the 4, and Alperen Sengun's at the 5. But that could change. Maybe there's a battle between Cam Whitmore and Amen Thompson. Maybe the Rockets sign Dillon Brooks. Who knows? So maybe, who knows? Maybe Tari Eason comes out of nowhere and just is balling out, and maybe he's being viewed as maybe a potential starter. So as of right now, I think guaranteed starters for the Rockets are Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., and Sengun. I think the biggest question for the Rockets is who's going to be that starting small forward. Is it Amen Thompson? Is it Cam Whitmore? Is it signing Dillon Brooks and him being the starting small forward? Or maybe you just go crazy and put Tari Eason there. Now, I don't think it's Tari Eason, but if the Rockets are going, thinking about it, if they're thinking about a full-on competition between guys like Dillon Brooks, let's just say the Rockets sign Dillon Brooks, I honestly think there would probably be a competition for the starting small forward between Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, and Dillon Brooks, and I honestly feel like Tari Eason would probably be in that competition as well. He would be the underdog for that starting small forward for the Rockets, but he would still be in that competition. So, I mean, you guys have any thoughts, Rockets fans? I know some Rockets fans are going to be upset, maybe 50%, maybe more Rockets fans, maybe more than 50% of Rockets fans are going to be upset about this deal. But we had to overpay. We didn't overpay that much. We overpaid around like $4 to $7 million a year for him. Because if the Raptors or the Spurs would have signed him, he would have gotten in an area of 35, probably around 34 to 36.5 million per year. So, but the Rockets gave him 41. You guys have your thoughts, Rockets fans? That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Rockets.